having a flashback of what goes through your life, the embarrassing moments, the ludicrous events, or the mistakes that you have committed, or your achievements. Every expression gives you a feeling. A small smile on your face. You try to smile on your achievements. You have a crystal in your eye for the achievements. You laugh at your mistakes, your embarrassing moments. That's exactly what happened with me when I tried to prepare my CC-01. Hello fellow Toastmasters, my friends, the jury here. My name is Rohit, and while I was trying to prepare my CC-01, I went through several stages of my life. I wasn't that talkative early on. In fact, when I was born, I didn't speak for almost a year and a half. It was only at later stages I started talking, and it became till that extent that it was difficult for people to let me. So I didn't even allow people to speak. Actually, on Saturdays in my schools, on parent-teacher meetings, I would be standing and introducing my parents to my teachers. Good morning, ma'am. And my teacher would just look on to me and say, oh, come on. Yes, sir, he is a good student. Rohit is very good, but most talkative boy of the class. And I, standing there, would just glance on my father's and mother's expressions just to evaluate how much I have to study after going home to avoid everything. So that's how it all started. At later point of time, one of my close friends told me that talking isn't just communication. You have to listen as well. I said, what? Well, if I am not speaking, then how will I communicate? He was the one friend who is my best friend right now, who told my mother that he is a very pretty overconfident guy. He talks even when in situations when he has nothing to talk about. He will just talk because he wants to talk. He wants to be the lone person who is speaking in the room. And somehow over a period of time I realized this is something that's wrong. I started learning. I started analyzing my situations around. I started reading people. I became a good listener as well. And that's the reason I'm able to speak in an audience of 10 as well as 1,000. I have been able to present shows. I have been anchoring college fairs. In fact, even outside my colleges, I have gone out for debates and all. It eventually turned out well for me. So, over a period of time, you will realize that there are several incidents that hit you, that mold the person that you are, and that's what has happened throughout my life. I recall one of my mottos of life, you can say, or I should call it the guiding principle for me. In 10th class, there was one short story called Savita. It's not a bhabhi. I don't remember the story very well, but there was a line which said, in Hindi it was, यदि सब अपना धर्म छोड़ दें, तो यह जरूरी नहीं कि आप भी अपना धर्म छोड़ दो. Which means, it's not necessary that if anyone else is not following the path of religion or path of righteousness, you should also leave your path of righteousness. You should stick by that. That doesn't mean that 99% people, if are doing wrong, then your wrong actions will also be justified. And that somehow got imprinted at the back of my mind. And it is reflected in all the decisions I make. Even though I try to do something that is wrong, I feel no, that something is wrong there. I shouldn't be doing it. It guides me throughout my almost every action that I take in my life. Be it sports, be it studies, be it jobs, whatever it might be. But this has been my guiding principle. And somehow because of this, I have been excluded from many of the group activities that may be called as wrong. But because of my principle, I didn't do it. So I can just say that I try to stick by the principles and the rules that I have created and try to keep my conscience clean. And that's what I want to convey as well to everyone. You should be an individual. You should not be affected by what the group is doing. If a group is doing a wrong thing, that doesn't justify their actions. You should have a courage and willpower to stand alone. Winners always stand alone. There was a title written by Paulo Coelho that clearly states and explains that winners always stand alone. That's what I want to conclude upon. Thank you very much.